Maharaj, thanks for joining, and we welcome you over here. On behalf of the whole Tat Padam group of viewers, I will like to extend our thanks to you. You give so much time to us to help us in our quest of spiritual journey, and as a part of Tat Padam, we will all continue to we endeavor to bring such sessions with you and other monks continuously with all our viewers. And to all the viewers, welcome over here. And as usual, please ask your questions to Maharaj. He will be happy to answer. And with that, and no further ado, I will hand over to Malobika. She will do the peace chant, and then Maharaj, it will be over to you. And this is our fifth session on this topic of the dedicated disciples. So today is 14th January 2024. So over to you, Malavika.
Thank you, Pratishta. Om Shangno Mitra Shangvarunah Shangno Bhavattaryama Shangna Indro Brihaspatihi Shangno Vishnurukramaha Namo Brahmane Namaste Vayu Tvameva Prataksham Brahmasi Tvameva Prataksham Brahma Vadishyami Sattang Vadishyami Tanmamavatu Tadvaktaramavatu Avatu Mam Avatu Vaktaram Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Thank you, Malavika. Maharaj, over to you.
Okay, thank you. Let us begin as usual with our Guru Pranam. Om Akhanda Mandalakaram Vyaptam Yena Characharam Tat Padam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Hari Om. Om Namo Bhagavate Ramakrishnaya. To all the devotees who are assembled today and to those who will come a little later, I convey my best wishes for the new year. This is the first time we are meeting in the new year, and it's a very happy occasion because today in South India, especially in Tamil Nadu, Pongal is being celebrated. It is a 4-day festival in Tamil Nadu. So Tamilians find a great, everywhere banks close, offices close, schools close. So we have plenty of time with the people. But then festival is festival, you see. So everybody is very happy here. We also trying to bring the Tamil version of celebrating it in our ashram today. So from tomorrow and after tomorrow we'll be celebrating Pongal. So it's a very beautiful festival, And with all that, my best wishes to all of you. And today is the fifth session that we are running. But we thought of doing a topic called dedicated disciples instead of disciples of Sri Ramakrishna. Dedicated disciples means some people who have not been initiated by Sri Ramakrishna, but who have been given grace by Sri Ramakrishna. So of them, the foremost and the first person that came to my mind was Rani Rashmoni. And Rani Rashmoni was the person who constructed the temple as if meant for Sri Ramakrishna. In our last class, we have been discussing about the cosmic mind's thinking, how Sri Ramakrishna had to descend on this world as Sri Ramakrishna, who has descended? The Parabrahman. The Parabrahman, with the power of his Prakriti, he has descended on this earth as Sri Ramakrishna. So when he comes here, everything should be ready for him. You know, when you are invited by somebody, in somebody's house, then you go there, then immediately ask for your hot water. The hot water should be ready for you. If you want a spoon, the spoon must be ready. And after going there, inviting you, they are finding here and there, they are running here and there, and then they are bringing that means they are not yet ready for you. So the world cannot function like that. When the Avatara Purusha comes, everything that is necessary for the Avatara Purusha is getting ready. And that's why we saw that last time, that how Sri Ramakrishna's arrival was very well coincided with the dream of Rani Rashmoni and how she started building a temple for Mother Kali, and how Sri Ramakrishna is finally going to be the priest in the same temple with Rani Rashmoni's kindness that was built up. But we never knew when Rani Rashmoni created this building, that is the temple, she never knew that Ramakrishna, something like that is a Gadadhar, a boy is there from Kamarpukur, he is going to come, his brother is going to do puja, nothing she knew. So everything happened as if meant for Sri Ramakrishna. There's some type of cosmic pattern we saw in the last class. The patterns are very interesting to study, but whenever we see that, the patterns are very clear sometimes, and we think that, wow, wonderful it is. So this has been done for this, like that. Like that we see that. So Rani Rashmani, she was almost much elder to Sri Ramakrishna. Even her son-in-law, Mathur Babu, he was 16 years elder to Sri Ramakrishna. But you see that mother-in-law and son-in-law both together, and their family, I should say, not all of them, they are so devoted to Sri Ramakrishna. In that group of families, we find mother-in-law Rani Rashmani was devoted as equal, or I should say, a little more than Rani Rashmani. The son-in-law was devoted to Sri Ramakrishna. And son-in-law's wife, that is Rani Rashmani's daughter, Jagadamba, she was also extremely devoted to Sri Ramakrishna. What happened to the other three daughters? One daughter whom Mathur Babu married, and that daughter died. So in her place, Rani Rashmani requested Mathur, why don't you marry the fourth daughter, Jagadamba? And then, so she kept him very intelligently. That lady was extremely intelligent. She knew out of the three son-in-laws, only this one son-in-law who will be able to help her in her management of the vast estate that she had. So naturally, she picked and chose Mathur Babu. So Mathurnath Vishwas, he was very wonderful man. We find that he was born sometime in 1817, as they say, but nothing much about his early life has been known. There are some books that somebody has written, but we don't find the early life, that where did he study and how did he grow up, and then how did he come into contact with Rani Rashmani, etc. But then he came as a third son-in-law of Rani Rashmani. The first two son-in-laws and the daughters of Rani Rashmani, they were not very, very comfortable in Dakshineshwar. They did not come. Most of the time, they are not come at all. And I am doubting whether the son-in-laws ever saw Sri Ramakrishna. But we find, compared to those two son-in-laws, this last son-in-law, this Mathur Babu, was greatly associated with Sri Ramakrishna, very close to Sri Ramakrishna. And sometimes Sri Ramakrishna, after Mathurnath Vishwas passing away, a few years Sri Ramakrishna lived on. At that time, he used to say, if only my Mathur was here, how much wonderful it would have been. Like that, he used to comment. He used to think about Mathur. So much of the closeness Mathur and Sri Ramakrishna had, that is more than what Rani Rashmani had with Sri Ramakrishna. These relationships, between a devotee and God when he comes here and takes avatar or something. It is all enigma only. We cannot fully understand what is the relationship and how it takes a pattern or how it grows and where it ends, etc. We do not know. But we can see some of the life incidents from these books. We can understand, yes, they had some type of unique relationship they formed. You see, Rani Rashmoni is so elderly to Ramakrishna, and he used to always call him Choto Bamu, and calling him that way, he was very, very young age. Mind you, in 19th year, Sri Ramakrishna was there in Dakshineshwar temple. And she was not at all interested in Ramakrishna. And she doesn't know anything. Only Ram Kumar she knew, his elder brother. But then one day Ramakrishna made a clay image, and Hriday had already come, and Ram Kumar has told Mathur Babu as well as Rani Rashmoni, why don't you give some job to Hriday? So Hriday was given some assistant job in the Kali temple. Okay, and he was given some duties in the Krishna temple also. Okay, everything was going on fine, but Ramakrishna was not working at all in the temple. 1 year gone, but both of them, that is Mathurnath as well as his mother-in-law Rani Rashmoni, they saw the clay image done by Sri Ramakrishna. Sri Ramakrishna's hands were so deft and he could create the image. So whether it is a small size or big size, he could do that sculpting in that clay, and they were stunned to see that. Then Rashmani comes and tells Ramakrishna, why don't you assist your elder brother? He requires some assistance in taking care of the Divine Mother, Mother Kali. How do you take care of her? Every day she has to be, that the image has to be clean. Every day the image has to be washed. Every day the image has to be given a new sari. So on then every day the ornaments have to be put. All this is who will do? Because Ramkumar was busy in the puja and other details, so he could not do that. So some assistant is required. So Rani Rashmani requested, but he, after lot of thinking, Ramakrishna agreed. Okay, let me go to Kali temple. You mind you, till that time he was not a Kali Bhakta. He was traditionally born into a Vaishnava family. But how the universe or the cosmic force has arranged everything for Ramakrishna to finally come and stay in Kali temple. You must understand now, when we say this, it may not mean anything to you as a special thing, because modern days we all, our Hinduism consists of all deities. We have no problem at all in going to any temple, worshipping any deity, telling the mantra of any deity, no problem. But you must go back to Ramakrishna's time. There, the Kali Bhaktas were called Shaktas, and Krishna Bhaktas were called Vaishnavas. So the Vaishnavas and Shaktas had not very good, get together in those days. Sometimes a Vaishnava will not enter the Kali temple at all. He will be only standing outside if he comes with his friends. Likewise, vice versa it is. So such was the time or the period of enmity between the different sects within Hinduism. That's why Nivedita says, after Vivekananda's appearance in the world, Hinduism was recreated, mind you. First, this Hinduism, as we see now, was given by the great Adi Shankaracharya. We all know that. How he brought the six matas, six beliefs, six faiths together, and he put together a kichdi of our religion. That's why many people call our religion as kichdi, because it has got all type of facets of religious life are put together. So that one, Shankaracharya gave a body, and then slowly it was losing its power. And finally Vivekananda comes and gives a new shape. And that shape is what is called now Hinduism, mind you. That's why Rajagopalachari, the famous politician of the pre-independence era, and then also he lived a few years, he became chief minister, etc. He was a great devotee of Sri Ramakrishna. Nobody dared to write Ramakrishna's teachings and call it as Upanishad, mind you. It was Sri Rajagopalachari who wrote Sri Ramakrishna Upanishad. The word Upanishad is an ancient term, much, it's a Vedic term, mind you. And that term he took it and gave that term to the teachings of Sri Ramakrishna. And Sri Ramakrishna's teachings were like Upanishadic teachings. So much of importance for that wonderful teachings of Sri Ramakrishna. So you find that I should not go away much from the subject that I have taken up today. So now you see this Upanishad teachings of Sri Ramakrishna has to be brought about. So for that, the cosmic force that is arranging everything for the avatara to come has been arranging everything for him. Very beautifully, in a slow way, it has been arranging one by one. And that's why he became the pujari. Even when he became caretaker of mother's image in the temple, he told his nephew, look, I will not touch the ornaments because they are made of gold. He has not become a sadhaka fully. He has been practicing this vairagya from his home, but he has just come to the temple. He has told that no, I shall not take care of the ornaments. I will only do the image cleaning and the putting sari and putting flowers, etc. That's all. So that's how Ramakrishna kept himself away from the gold. And you know how he was not at all comfortable with gold, etc. In that connection, I just want to go a little away from the topic and tell you one incident that happened during Swami Atmasanji's younger days. Swami Atmasanji used to come to Calcutta from his home. It was in East Bengal, you see, at that time. So when he used to come to Calcutta, he was studying college, etc. And then he came to Calcutta, he would definitely go to see Swami Abhedananji. And when he used to go there, he found something remarkable with Abhedananji Maharaj. He used to sit with him and a young man, so he used to talk to him about the Vairagya, etc. In that way, he used to give him a lot of, boosting his thinking, how to become a monk, etc. All those things were going on one side. But another side, he says, one day myself and others were sitting and for Belur Mat, he wanted to go and he was coming down by the stairs. And in his hand, he had a gold bar, which was presented to him in America, when he left America. You know that Swami Abhedananji was the person for 25 continuous years. He stayed in America and to do the preaching work next to Swami Vivekananda. So when he left America, the devotees gave him as a parting gift a gold bar. And that he took it in his hand and he was coming down the stairs. And then he stopped in between. I went back and put it in the almirah, and then he finally came back and took this watch to Belur Mat. At that time, Atmasanji was a young man. He asked him, Maharaj, you brought something in your hand and then you went and put it inside and then came empty-handed. What was that? He said, you see, that was a gold bar. I wanted to give it to Belur Mat and keep it in Sri Ramakrishna's shrine in the altar. So I took it. But while coming down the stairs, Sri Ramakrishna touched my shoulder and came near to my ears and whispered, are you taking my son gold for me? Have you
just respond
forgotten? I cannot stand the gold. So I went and kept it and then came away. You see, such was the Sri Ramakrishna's vairagya regarding gold. Once you know this Kamini Kanchana, as we say, the Kanchana vairagya, if you know that,
you haven't opened what I have sent.
His vairagya for Kamini also. Both of them extremely, if anybody can show in our life as an example, the extreme, parakashta, that word we use in Sanskrit. Parakashta means the extreme, that is the final frontier. as we call it. The final frontier of Vairagya, if you want to see, and that was given by Sri Ramakrishna's life. It's something unimaginable. We cannot even imagine that type of Vairagya in any other's life. So that Sri Ramakrishna came to exemplify that. He says, 16 annas I have done. It doesn't matter, you have to do 16 annas. You do one anna. He gives you that freedom. At least one anna you practice. Can't you practice one anna? Or in those days, one anna means 16 pennies. So can we not make one after the part of the 16? Yes, we can do. That is how he gives hope to the devotees. Come on, don't think that everything is Maya. Practice certain way, how you practice this discipline. Like that, he gives us encouragement. But 16 annas he has done. So we don't need to worry about that. But this, what is 16 annas? If you quantify his experiences, that goes to the utter uppermost limit, which we may reach, we may not reach. That is a different point. But he has shown us that as an example, shining example, I should say. So now you see, why I brought this point is that Sri Ramakrishna's relation with these two persons is something marvelous. We cannot even understand that. So when Sri Ramakrishna accepted this work in Dakshineshwar, his relation with Rani Rashmoni grew deeper and deeper and deeper. Such an elderly woman she was, but Ramakrishna treated her as one of the very good devotee of Mother Kali. That's what he knew. He didn't try to impose himself on her. You see, during her days, the practice, the sadhana period of Ramakrishna was also simultaneously going on, mind you. It was not that when Naren and Rakha and Turyananda, all those boys came, at the time the sadhana period was already completed in Sri Ramakrishna's life. But it was not so in Rani Rashmoni's time and during Mathurnath Mishra's time. During their phase only, during their living and helping him only, the sadhana period was also going on simultaneously. And why they were required? Because they were full of assistance during sadhana period of Sri Ramakrishna. How wonderful. If these people were not there, we do not know whether the sadhana period would have been completed by Sri Ramakrishna. So naturally, it has to be completed when Avatara has come. So these two people have to be brought together and they have to be kept together. That's how he became the son-in-law of Rani Rashmoni, and Rani Rashmoni completely handed over all her administrative duties to this third son-in-law, not to the other two son-in-laws, because they are not going to be of help to Sri Ramakrishna. It is not in the plan of the cosmic arrangement. But this boy was there, so he came. So how wonderful it is, all coinciding, you see. That's what I am seeing. I am really surprised at the life of these two people. But though he was, then what happened to Rani Rashmoni? See, I will have to put a completion of this story of Rani Rashmoni, because otherwise devotees are getting, I think, must be tired of hearing Rani Rashmoni's name all the time. Because 4 classes have gone. I have not completed her life. So today, now I am going to complete it. How? It was 16, I think, no, it was 1861 that Rashmani became sick. 1863 was the birth year of Swami Vivekananda. 12th January, you all know. Only 2 days back we celebrated 12th January. So he was born in that year, 1863, 12th January, Sankranti was there. You may ask why the Sankranti Tithi has gone nowadays to the 15th instead of 12th. Yes, that's a big science then. And then regarding astronomy, I have to explain how the Panchika is done, you see. So every 60 years, it changes. The Sankranti goes on increasing its days. So in the Gregorian calendar, it has already increased, that's all. But in our Hindu calendar, it's okay. Now, because we are following the Gregorian calendar's date of 12th January, so that goes behind. Because this cannot follow the Sankranti Tithi as the Indian calendar, lunar calendar goes on. So, okay, anyway, that's a different issue. But I tell you, this 12th January was the Sankranti. So, Sankranti day, was Sri Ramakrishna was born. But that is not the city, mind you. That is the day when sun takes a different route from what it was taking till that day. You remember that this is the date of going towards north, it says. So there is a Uttarayanam and Dakshinayanam. So from the Sankranti day, the sun takes the route heading towards northern direction. So Uttarayanam starts. This is a very beautiful period from January 15th, that is in Tamil we call it Thai Masam, first Thai. For Thai Masam, first day. From that day onwards, it goes for 6 months. It is called Uttarayanam. This Uttarayanam period is a very, very holy period, very, very auspicious time for spiritual practices. So, at that time, in 1861, the early part, she became sick, and she after became she sick also, she was not able to get up. She became so bedridden, and she had one great desire which she could not fulfill at that time, and she felt whether my body will go away without getting that desire fulfilled. What was the desire? She built a temple, but it requires maintenance. And from where the maintenance source will be done, so she had plenty of estate in the East Bengal at that time. So those things she wanted to sell away because there are very long distance. Every time go and coming and then looking after that will not be possible. And the history also is changing. Time is changing, mind you. So those lands also, if she had kept, would not have been with her. It all would have been grappled by others. So she perhaps knew intuitively. So she wanted to dispose of and bring that money to Calcutta and keep that fund for the maintenance of the temple. So she made hectic efforts, and the she was then. It said that she wanted to make an endowment for the maintenance of the Dakshineshwar temple. So she transferred that property in the temple's name and brought an end to that big desire she had. That was done, and it very strangely the book says she signed, executed the deed of endowment on 18th February 1861, and she passed away on 19th February. What a wonderful death. The last wish has been fulfilled. For the Mother Kali, she worked. That's why Sri Ramakrishna used to say, Rani Rashmoni was not an ordinary woman. Don't think she was just simply a zamindar. Though she was born in a very, very poor class or poor caste shet, she was she was one of the Saki of Mother Durga. That's what he used to call her. Such great reverence Sri Ramakrishna showed to this lady. As we knew that her fourth daughter, Jagadamba, was married to Mathurnath Das, Mathurnath Bishwas, and Mathurnath went on serving Sri Ramakrishna as done by his mother-in-law. Okay, everything was good. What was the relationship in short we have to say? Ramakrishna considered him sometimes. He treated him as his disciple. Though he did not give him mantra diksha. He just treated him as his disciple. Sometimes he would think Mathurnath has come as a caretaker of Divine Mother. Like that he used to think. And he used to tell others also. Yes, it was because it was an estate and he was a trustee, so he was a caretaker. He said Mathurnath is a caretaker of Divine Mother. In that, he took care of the pujaris also, the employees also. Everyone in the temple connected to temple, he took care. That's a wonderful heart he had. And then Mathurnath's relation with Ramakrishna, how it was, did he consider him as Guru? Yes. Many a time, Mathurnath used to feel that Ramakrishna is his Guru. For anything and everything he comes into problem, any crisis in his life, he would run to Ramakrishna and tell him, oh Lord, please resolve this. Even for his legal cases, he used to go and run to him. And his mother-in-law had a slap from Sri Ramakrishna, he knew that. Yet, he used to go and tell him, this litigation is not coming to an end, please do something. Ramakrishna would say, what I can do? I am just a devotee, I cannot do anything. So in his usual way, the humble way, he will put it to him to avoid that. But then he would again and again fall at his feet and then beg him. He said, okay, let me tell Divine Mother. That's enough. When Ramakrishna wishes, the Divine Mother has wished. When what she wishes, that is the idea that comes as a reflection in the mind of Ramakrishna. So this, very interesting, the whole world is an ideation of the cosmic mind. That's what the Sankhya and Vedanta together say about this world. This world is real or not, if you want to argue, then the Sankhya system says, no, it is an ideation cropped up in the mind of the cosmic being. Cosmic being is Mahat. In Vedanta, we call it Mahat. Sankhya also call it Mahat. So this Mahat is an aggregate of all the individual minds. What is the total population, human population? Take it. And then take the animal population, bird population, tree population, and what not. Whatever is there in this prapancha, this universe, you put together all the minds of these things, and that is that combination, aggregate combination of these things is called cosmic mind. Even a small ant, and it has got its own mind. Somebody asked Vivekananda, how do you know that the ant has got its own mind? He said, an ant is crawling over a railway line. You know, rails are there. Two rails are there where the railway, the engine, chakka, the wheels are moving. Two rails are there. Left and right together, parallelly it runs. In that rail, that ant is moving. At a distance, a big mammoth type of looking engine is coming. And the ant understands its danger. And it just dives down. And the engine passes on. And the ant is protected. It does not destroy. So he says, even a small ant can understand, can sense. Even they've got one type of buddhi only. Sometimes we say 5 sense organs we have. So we have got the buddhi is much more involved through the 5 senses and can segregate our experiences as seeing, as smelling, as tasting, or touching, or hearing, like that. We can segregate our experiences. But not all the beings can do that. So this is one buddhi, one type of buddhi, one sense organ. These ants, they can understand that. That means you understand everything in this universe has got a buddhi, has got a manas, and that manas is aggregated, and that is called cosmic mind, Mahat, and which there is an idea that comes in that mind. So, Ekoham. So, Upanishad tells us this beautiful mantra, Ekoham, I am alone, I am one only, the Brahman thinks like that. Then, Bahusyamiti, let me become many. The idea comes, and the prapancha has come out. One Parabrahman staying alone, and that Brahman's idea of being many, and that from one the many have come. It's a very big philosophical question, mind you. When we discuss in the philosophical circles, it's a big question. How that one has become many? How the infinite has become the finite? It's a very, very tough question. And a lot of discussions are required to understand this. But then, this in simple terms I am putting to you. So this cosmic mind has got an idea that world must come, and the world has come. That's all. That's what in the Bible also it is said, let there be light, God said, and there was light. So whatever idea comes in the cosmic mind, it just happens. It is done. So that's why it is called, it is only an idea. The prapancha is an idea. It has got no inherent reality. That is how Advaita takes up from the Sankhya point of view. The Sankhya point of view, they are great rishis. Kapila, who propounded the Sankhya theories, was a great man and is a rishi. And from his basis, this Vedanta took over certain basic principles, to erect a building. The Sankhya is one of the important element in building the Vedanta later. So now we see this in this position, Mathurna, after the passing away of his mother-in-law, the entire responsibility came on him. but he was an excellent man. He knows very well English. He could deal with the Britishers and he could deal with all types of crises in his life. And he was a very intelligent man. So he could not. At the same time, his devotion to Sri Ramakrishna was such that he cannot go away from Sri Ramakrishna. And that's what is a few instances we'll see whether we can do justice to this beautiful relation between Mathurnath and Sri Ramakrishna. So it was, though he is the manager of the temple, all the employees of the temple are under his control. He had kept Sri Ramakrishna at a much, much higher level. Ramakrishna was not an employee to him. Though he paid his salary, mind you. Some salary he gave 10 rupees or something, 12 rupees, I don't remember now exactly. I think Malavika can tell. How many rupees?
I can hear you, but
he got it?
Perhaps 7 rupees.
Fourth
Seven
is not a
rupees,
Sunday,
exactly. So
Saturday,
7
fourth
rupees,
is Sunday.
Sri Ramakrishna was paid every month. But he was an employee, technically. But he never considered Ramakrishna as an employee. He had great admiration. He was sitting one day in his office. Through the window, he was looking. At that time, Sri Ramakrishna was walking, just strolling on that veranda. If you had gone to Dakshineshwar, you all know how beautiful the veranda is there. And the veranda, he was walking up and down. So when he was coming towards his window, that is, he was walking towards this side.
আমরা ঠিক লিখে তো সেই জন্যই আমি লিখেছিলাম তুই আমাকে দেখিসনি 27th তো লিখেছিলাম স্বামী বিমোক্ষানন্দ দেড়টার সময় নেই ও আমি এখন আবার সব উল্টো করে দিলাম
with all her 4 hands, etc. She was walking. He was stunned to see Mother Kali. Suppose before you, if Mother Kali comes and walking, what you would say? It's in Melas, in Allahabad I have seen, during the Melas, in the Sangam area, the people, the Hindi-speaking people there, will put on different gods and goddesses.
So dates. So can you
check
the dates in my message? That is right then.
On 22nd, you will see that. How people come in different forms.
The first one,
and like the Mother Kali, somebody has dressed, and then she's walking before me. I was
they're right, so no changes.
Full of black color she has put on the body, and she was exactly like Mother Kali form she has created. So he saw her. He was stunned. No doubt to say about that. A human being seeing the gods and goddesses anywhere, he will be first
4 p.m. India time.
That is what happened to him. And then when he turned and he going that side towards his room, it was Lord Shiva. So it is not one time he saw, it was not his hallucination. Several times Ramakrishna was strolling there and he saw these two images, one after another. And what happened to him? He could not stay in his seat. He got up, came out of his room, came running to Sri Ramakrishna. And when he came near to Sri Ramakrishna, it was all that smiling, the joyous Sri Ramakrishna is standing there. He fell at his feet and cried at his feet.
Hello.
Now, Sri Ramakrishna was stunned. He was like a child. His behavior, though he knew everything about Mathur Babu and what is the experience, etc., he never let it out as if he knew that. That is the beauty of an avatar Purusha when he takes a human form. We are now studying for a few brahmacharis. I'm taking a class on the Great Master. So the subject Sardananji has written at that time, present discussion is that how an avatara coming in a human form behaves just like an ordinary human being. Only sometime he will give out that he is an avatara. Otherwise, he won't tell you every time that he is an avatara. I am an avatara, like that he won't proclaim. Only very, very rare occasions he will show his power. So, Ramakrishna was stunned, and like an ordinary man, he is telling, hey, what you have done? You are manager of this temple. All the employees are looking at you. What they will think? And he says in a very childish way, hey, Mathur, you see, people will think that I have put some mantra over you. I have got something over you. That's why you have become my slave like that. So don't get into this scandal. Get up. Like that is asking him to get up. But he was free. But Mathurnath, this experience of Mathurnath, can you deny that experience to him? You may say that what he has seen is an hallucination. Okay, as a third person, I may say that. But the person who has received that vision, can he deny that? He cannot. For him, it was imprinted on his mind who was Sri Ramakrishna. All the forms of different, that's why Sri Ramakrishna used to tell Madhu, you see, Durga, Kali, Krishna, Rama, these are all divine, different forms of the one principle, which is Parabrahman. What Vedanta calls Parabrahman, that is it. It's coming in different forms for the sake of devotees. If you got a Krishna temperament, you love Krishna. Why do we love different deities in our minds? It's a very interesting question. We all discuss this in our Antaryogam retreat. We discuss this. Why each one likes different types of forms of God? It's because in our temperament, we have got certain impressions about the deities and the deities' qualities. Those are all very much relevant and related to that. Then we start liking the particular deity. It may be also in one person, a few 10 years, say first 10 years, he may like Krishna. And next 10 years, he may go for Hanuman. And next 10 years, he may go for some other goddess. So it can change also in the same period of one's life. But and what does it mean? It means the person's temperament is undergoing a sea change. That's how, according to the temperament, a particular deity is being attracted. It is something wonderful theory, That's why we've got plenty of forms. If you want to have a new form, you can create a new form also. A few years back, the Santoshi Ma was not there. When we were small children, we never heard about Santoshi Ma. And when we were school days, at that time, suddenly Santoshi Ma came into being. How she came? Vinayaka's daughter, she was called. Now, we all always knew Ganesha never married. But in some places in India, Ganesha has got two wives. That also they say. So one of the wife gave one daughter, and that daughter is Santoshi Ma. Like that now, somebody created a film, mind you, and that became a real deity. So you can ask me, but is Santoshi Ma that is a fully figment of imagination? Yes, she was created by imagination, but because of thousands and thousands and thousands of devotees imagining that imagination, original imagination, which was the idea in one's mind, now has become concretized, and now that Devi is there. You cannot deny. So that is the beauty of this. That's now you can compare in a human being itself. One idea. Swamiji said, take up one idea, serve this country. In 50 years, think of India alone. India will get independence. When did he say? 1897 in Chennai. In one of his talks, he says, throw away all your gods and goddesses. He says, only Bharat Mata, only the Mother India must be before you. In 50 years, she will be freed from the shackles of British Empire. And exactly 1897, 50 years, 1947, India got independence. You see, one idea that comes up in one man's mind, and that can occupy the millions of people's mind. So now you see how one creation of one idea in the cosmic mind can affect every one of us. That's why we all say a tree, a tree. South India people will say tree, a bird. No, they will not say. They will also say tree only. And a bird is bird all over the world. Nobody will say a bird as an animal. How is it that all over the world, the entire humanity is perceiving the same thing as same? The reason is the ideation cropping up in the infinite cosmic mind. Because we are all parts of it, that is reflected in our mind. And if cosmic mind thinks elephant is an animal, we all will think elephant is an animal. There is no other way. You cannot go out of it. You cannot think elephant as a bird. Your mind will not accept it. Because the cosmic mind has thought of. So this idea is wonderful. We'll go through the life of Madhurnath Biswas in detail in the next class, and we'll come to the next class itself. I hope to complete Mathurnath for our purpose of study. Okay, so now it is already 7:45. I would like to give some chance to our devotees who have joined here. If you want to ask or say any remark or observation or comment, you are most welcome.
Maharaj, you
Yes.
said that the people get some.
Can you tell your name and place so that I can actually place somewhere in my mind?
I'm Shantimay Nandan from Noida. I work in
Okay,
NTPC.
Okay.
Actually, I have a simple question. That you said that Mathurnath had got visions of Shiva and Ma Kali. But in Hinduism, we worship God in various forms. But there are other religions who worship formless God. So how do they get this godly experience?
Yes. See, this vision that Mathurnath had comes under one form of one category of upasana. When Hinduism promulgates a type of
আচ্ছা হ্যাঁ, তুই
upasana,
4
it
তারিখে
gives
লিখেছিস,
two types.
পরের দিকে তোরা
One is
দেখে
called
নিস।
Saguna
আরেকটা হচ্ছে
Upasana and another is called
this
Nirguna
is at
Upasana.
4 p.m. India time, right?
Saguna Upasana is that
আর
where you see the God in name and form.
and this is
Rupa
the topic of
and
Shivananda Bani,
Nama
3
Rupa,
তারিখে
space time.
হ্যাঁ
Within this you find out
27 জানুয়ারি। আর
gods,
শান্তাত্মনন্দ
that
হচ্ছে
is called
কথামৃত,
Saguna
তার
Upasana.
সময়টা কি?
And what you are asking is about Nirguna Upasana. The same God
Okay,
Parabrahman
ঠিক আছে, okay.
appears as formless. This is nothing contradicting the previous position, mind you. As Sri Ramakrishna beautifully says, the water, the nature of water is taranga. You know, it is liquid. Though it is liquid, formless, because it is due to the ice, due to the cold in the fridge, that same water becomes ice cubes. So ice cube is Saguna Upasana. It takes form. It has got name. But the same thing, we put it outside and sun rays follows on the ice cubes, it becomes again melted and then becomes water. So no form is there. So that's why this Saguna Nirguna Upasana is there. This is one of the stage of attaining in your Upasana. What is the stage? First we all have to go through the Saguna Upasana, see the God's name and form. Then only we can cut off and go to the highest stage where Nirguna Upasana comes. Even Sri Ramakrishna was an ardent devotee of Mother Kali, could not cut off Mother Kali's name and form from his mind. Even though Totapuri tells him again and again, he has come, and Mother Kali tells Ramakrishna, Are, I have only sent him to give you this Nirguna Upasana, to have Nirvikalpa Samadhi, I have sent him. So learn from him. He's telling. But Ramakrishna could not remove that name and form. For Paramahamsa it was so difficult, and how we are clutching the name and form all the time. You see, we cannot even think of the Nirguna Upasana. And finally, Totapuri, takes a glass piece and cuts on his forehead, this portion, the third eye portion. And that's how Mother Kali's form was cut into two pieces, Sri Ramakrishna says, and it fell. And there he entered into the realm of Nirguna, where the no form is there. So these experiences will come. Slowly it will come. We are not discouraging you. Yes, if you are very serious about your sadhana, everyone is to get. That's what Vivekananda says. It is only our religion which says everyone can go to the highest level of experience. Nothing is barred for anybody.
Thank you, Maharaj. Nicely explained. Thank you.
Okay. Yes, Soumya. Is it
I
Soumya?
got a question.
Okay.
Yes, sir. My name is Soumya. So my question is regarding the last thing you spoke about. So what are the stages from Saguna to Nirguna Upasana?
Yes, that's a good question. The stages is like this. Before attaining the vision of Saguna form, that is form and name, in that if you see your deity, before that there are a lot of sadhanas have to be done. And those sadhanas come under 4 heads: Jnana Yoga, Raja Yoga, Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga. Any one yoga, or you can combine any 2, or you can combine all the 4. So by practicing these 4 yogas, one can proceed to attain the Nama Rupa of the deity that is worshipping. Okay, now one has got the vision of his Ishta Devata. Say my Ishta Devata is Sri Ramakrishna, and I have seen him vision walking in front of me or sitting with me and talking. I don't know when it will happen. It may be in 10 births I have to take, but then I'm just telling you imagination. So he has come. So what I will do that? Now that has come. Now immediately will I think that this should go away from my vision? No. I would like to enjoy being with Ramakrishna. So if my deity comes before me, I would like to take the full advantage of his presence with me. So I will be sitting with him, I will be talking to him. As Sri Ramakrishna used to dance with Mother Kali on the flight of steps that are there in the Dakshineshwar temple. You can imagine holding her hand with left hand, and he used to walk with her and then dance on the steps. And then both of them will sit on the steps and talk to each other. So those things, you cannot just leave out like that. So Saguna Upasana does not end at any place. But while being in Saguna Upasana, Saguna state of realization, it is the bounden duty of the Ishta who is appearing to a sadhaka as in the Saguna form to give his or her devotee the Nirguna form also. So it is not that by his effort he will get it now. No effort is done by him. It is how long Mother Kali will play with Ramakrishna, she will decide. And then she will give that. That's why she sent Totapuri. She thought that her time is now ending, so I must now leave Ramakrishna from his image. So from the imagery has to be removed. So he has to be taken to the highest Nirvikalpa Samadhi. So she sent Totapuri. So it is the deity whom you are worshipping will decide when you will get the Nirguna Upasana's highest realization. But what is the sadhana? The sadhana is done 6 months Totapuri had sadhana, and then he realized the Nirvikalpa Samadhi, as we call it. For Ramakrishna, it was only 3 days. And his guru had 6 months, and we are all far from Sri Ramakrishna's time, and you don't know how many janmas we may take. So it is only by bhakti and praying for, some devotees, I tell you, like Chaitanya Dev. Chaitanya Dev, if he wanted, he would have got Nirvikalpa Samadhi in 1 day. But he refused to accept it. Sri Krishna wanted to provide him. He said, no, I don't want to become sugar. I want to taste sugar, he said. So, in Saguna Upasana also, in Saguna realization, you can continue with your interest, if you want to enjoy that being with your Ishtadevata.
Thank you, Maharaj.
Yes, Rai Kamal. Nice to see you after a long time.
Nice to see you, Maharaj. Hope you're doing well. Maharaj, this question.
And also,
Yeah, Pranam Maharaj.
Namaskar.
Namaskar. Just one, 2 points. One is a comment that I wanted to share. What you shared earlier on in your talk towards the end, where you were talking about how it's the manifestation of the divine, where everybody is having that same universal thought. That is where that is being projected, because that was a question that had often cropped in my mind, that how come staying in different parts of the world, growing up in different environment, if different religion or whatever thought process, but there are some basic similarities which everybody seems to be thinking of and relating to. How do you relate that aspect to the spiritual aspect, in which you very clearly, very succinctly explained today? And from that is the other question, which you just now said about taking the example of Santoshima, that some of this is coming from the imagination, where in our Hindu religion, we always say that we have manifestation of so many crores of forms of all gods and goddesses. Would that also be coming from the same vein, that that is also coming from the imagination of, I don't know, how many generations through, or how do we kind of associate with those two thoughts?
Yes, yes. You see, all ideas are part of the cosmic mind, I told you. Because our mind is part of the cosmic mind. That means whatever ideation comes in the cosmic mind, it will be reflected in our mind. We do not have to have a particular type of thought only for me. I cannot own any thought. Even Newton, what he discovered, that he cannot own it. He cannot patent it. But that should be, in everyone's case, it is so. Isn't it? Science says if it is true to him, it should be true to me also. So everybody experiences gravitational pull, so you cannot contest that. So likewise, the ideas, nobody can own the ideas. So what happens is, these types of extreme number of deities. See, for instance, you are in Ireland, you come to Uttarkashi, and you go little deeper into Uttarkashi, and you get into Himalayas. In some village, you will be extremely surprised to find a deity about which you have never heard about it. In South India, when people come from other places, they all see Madurai Meenakshi and Tanjore Shiva's temple and Chidambaram Shiva's temple. Like that, they only go, but they don't go into the interior villages where nothing of these sorts of gods and goddesses are there. They're all very, very peculiar. Karuppu Sami, like that one devotee will be there, one deity is there. And the Vellasami is there, one devotee, one deity. So different types of deities are there in different places. You have not even heard about it. So how this has come, and why you are not part of that group? It is because your tendencies are different from that group's tendency. So you are not aligned to that. So when Ramakrishna Mission starts a branch in Ireland, the like-minded people of Ramakrishna devotees will come together. So we come together. So that's how suppose we go to Shiva temple on Mahashivratri, so we are all of like-minded people thinking of Shiva. We come together. Likewise, at different places in the whole world, these are all thoughts only decided by somebody. Somebody thought, yes, definitely. But later it has been solidified, if you want to use the term, solidified in form and name, and that has been continued. But it can go out of focus. It can go out of practice. That also there. There are many deities, say Indra, Varuna, and these deities were worshipped during Krishna's time. Is it not? And now we are not very much attached to these type of deities. Yes, you have respect for the Vedic deities, but you don't do any, unless you are a Vedic scholar or Vedic tradition you follow, you do havan, etc. You don't the daily activities, you don't think of, Varuna, Vayave, Namah, you don't say that. You don't think of. So because some deities worship can even pass on also. It can be completely forgotten by the human mind. That also can happen. So it's all because of the different tendencies with which we come. And those similar tendencies will attract similar tendencies people.
Yeah. Thank you, Maharaj.
Thank you. Pavitra wants to ask from Pondicherry. Yes, put on your...
Yes, Maharaj. Namaste, Maharaj. I have one small question. Because since from childhood, we have this for if you want to study good, you have to pray to Hayagrivar or Saraswati Walk Devi. And if you are not well, then pray to Vaidyanathan, Shri Ishwaran. So like that, from generations, like it has come, we have taught like that, like we can pray for if you want to study well like this, if you want a good health, do like this. So now we are into Ramakrishna's,
Yes.
we have become our Ishta Daivam, and we pray like Sarva Deva Devi Swarupaya Sri Ramakrishna. And so, but sometimes, but still, like sometimes there is like if my kid want to study well, I'll teach him like say Hayagriva's mantra. But still, there is some I could see I'm concentrate on only one God. It is not still not possible. Since still I know our Guru Maharaj is everything for us, and we believe in that. But still somewhere again that okay, we'll pray for this God also for good health. We pray this that confusion and conflict always there. But sometimes I feel like if I don't pray to that God, if it is wrong or doing something.
No, you are not with it. Yes. See, Ramakrishna's life itself, it happened, He prays to Durga and he thinks Durga is now may not have heard me, so let me ask Lakshmi. Then one by one he goes and finally he tells Hanuman also. Hanuman, you come and do it. And then finally he says, why I called all the deities is because somebody suppose did not hear me. At least the last man can save me, he says, in a very joking way. If you read that in Kathamartha, it comes. So you see, the thing is we understand philosophy is one thing and practical life is another thing. Another thing in the sense, it should be related to the philosophy, but the entire philosophy cannot be put into practical life. Why I am telling you, in philosophy, the Vedanta, we are all Vedantis, is it not? Ramakrishna devotees are called Vedantis. So as a Vedantin, we accept God is one. And God is the Parabrahman. That is the Vedanta term for God. What is the Vedantic term for God? It's a terminology only. So Parabrahman, you call it Parabrahman. The Parabrahman is one and he is full of power, all powerful. So he takes many forms. So whether it is Hayagriva, whether Saraswati or Lakshmi, or it is Hanuman, these are all different names and forms of that one Parabrahman. Okay, now we understood. Now, Sarvadeva Devi Swarupai Sri Ramakrishna Namaha, when we as the devotees of Sri Ramakrishna have accepted this fact in our life, we don't need to go for other deities worship at all. That is the theory I'm telling. Philosophically, we are not obliged to do any sort of worship for other deities. Suppose you don't worship Saraswati, Saraswati is not going to get angry on you. If you don't put one coconut to Manavala Vinayaka, so Vinayaka is not going to be upset with you. But what is happening is, in our practical life, we have to see that these deities, though it is an ideation in the cosmic mind, is not mithya. It is not unreal, as you say, a flower in the sky. Suppose I tell you, Pavitra, this is the flower in the sky I saw yesterday. Will you believe that? No flower can come in the sky, you see. It has to be grown in a plant. So, now like this is not unreal. These deities are not unreal like that. They are all real. In presence, in flesh and blood, the deities can appear before you. So there is nothing wrong in worshipping along with Ramakrishna's worship to that. When I came to Pondicherry, you only asked me, did you visit our Ganesha temple? Then I went to Ganesha temple. So it was not necessary for me. But I went. Why? It is because, see, our devotees are very fond of Ramakrishna. They want to, but they have got, suppose a person has got a specific problem. Then what I do, I give a solution that is largely, till yesterday, they have been occupying the mental tendencies of that person. Suppose you are a Kali Bhakt till yesterday, and today you have become Ramakrishna Bhakt. If I tell you, don't do Kali worship, that is not going to help anybody, neither you nor me. So at that time, what I will say, if any specific problem is there, after why don't you give Kali Puja? Because your mind is occupied by Kali. Ramakrishna, the different form is slowly entering in your mind. It has not occupied thoroughly. So there are different stages in our progress in evolution. So till we get Ramakrishna alone is everything, and your mind does not think of any other Nama and Rupa other than Ramakrishna Nama Rupa, till that time you will have to continue with your other deities worship also. Only thing, remove that from your mind, the misconception that if I don't do anything to that deity, the deity will get angry. I mean, no such thing. No such thing will happen.
Thank you, Maharaj. Thank you so much, Maharaj.
I think Somya has got another question.
Oh, go on.
I'm sorry, I'm asking too many questions.
I think that type of questions are there in everyone's mind, you see. Only a few are brave and bold enough.
Thank you. So my question is, so suppose I am doing japa for Thakur, but I am more attached to Holy Mother. Now, we all know that Holy Mother and Thakur is the same. And why this feeling of two together, standing differently from one another comes?
No, it has to be, you see. This here also, I'm telling the same principle we have to apply, what we apply to all the other deities, along with vis-a-vis to your Ishtadevata. The same way here also. I may be very much loving Holy Mother and my mind is attracted to her, I'm thinking of her, but the mantra that I have received is Ramakrishna mantra. So the Guru has told me you have to do japa of the Ramakrishna mantra. So what your mind is going to do later years when you are practicing this mantra very strongly, then the form of Holy Mother which is in your mind is going to be integrated with that mantra. And how it will be integrated? It will take time. Sometime it will take where you will not find the difference between Ramakrishna and Mother Sarada. Only is an external form only you are seeing the difference. But in the power, they are one only. Many people, very proudly, some devotees will say, Maharaj, we want anything and everything. We go to Mother. Because Mother is nicely opened eyes and she is sitting and give her blessings. But Ramakrishna, we do not know whether he is seeing us or not. He is also opened eyes, but his eyes may be looking at something else. So we are not sure of that. And Vivekananda has closed his eyes, so we don't need to go to him. So they proudly say, we are happy with Mother. Okay, these are all in a very poetic way. We can enjoy this type of, the what you call literary value of these teachings. But then, by a time will come when the mantra and the mantra artha will not become distinct, will become indistinct, will become merged into one another. At that time, you will not find any problem at all.
Okay.
Maharaj, another thing which I see in this is whenever we read Thakur's biography or Holy Mother's biography, there is a there's puja going on, I think. So Thakur's all the discussions of Thakur or discourses are very high spiritual level discussion, where mother's discussions are very simple to understand, very simple our level. So we connect mentally with mother, many of us, very easily at a very first.
Okay.
So which is like
So
talking to your own mother.
No objection to that. Yes, you can take up. Many of the Swamis, if you ask them, how did you come to become a monk? They'll say, we read Vivekananda. We never knew about Ramakrishna. They say, isn't it through Vivekananda you can come to Ramakrishna? Through Mother, finally you'll have to come to Ramakrishna.
Absolutely, that's true.
Yes. Of course, you said that some puja bell it is a paid puja bell.
Oh, okay, it's in your location, okay.
Question. So, is it possible to enjoy the vision of? Is it possible to love all the forms of Sri Ramakrishna and wanting to be surrounded by the vision of the same?
No, I didn't get your question.
As in, I love all the forms as much I have knowledge of. All the forms of Sri Ramakrishna. So, is it possible that is it okay to want to have to be surrounded with the vision of those forms?
Oh yes, it's good only. You see, in Ramakrishna's room, he used to keep several pictures of several deities. Yeah. If you read the Katamrta, Yam says that here it is hanging, that picture is hanging, this picture is hanging, like that he says. So he himself used to cover around himself with the different deities' pictures. So it is quite normal, and keep yourself with lots of pictures, no problem at all. And you can think, see, when I go from here, from office to my room, there's two pictures are kept of Tripura Sundari. Now, I cannot, without bowing down, I cannot enter my room. Then I think, oh, Tripura Sundari, what she will think now? I have not given importance to her. It's a silly thing to think like that. I know that. As a Vedantin, we are not supposed to think. But then suppose a Ganesha is there. When I come from a room, there is a Murugan picture is there. So I say, oh Muruga, namaste to you. So you see, what does finally how it comes is the mind should be trained in such a way to enjoy every picture, every form and name of God. You say whatever name and God, doesn't matter. When I was in Ireland, I used to go to different churches just to see how it is, etc. It's a Monday was our day of going out. So when I go to the church outside, I see Mother Mary's image is there. So I would go there and make pranam and tell Prakritim Paramam I used to sing. No problem for me. You see, so if Mother Sarada, I have to see only with the Gunta lady, not necessary. I can see as a Mother Mary also. I can see in other form also. So enjoy that. That is the beauty of Bhakti Yoga, which Ramakrishna says again and again. I don't want to only fool with the China. I mean, Raga Ragini Bajata Chai. You enjoy many forms. You go to the Ganesha temple, go to Balaji temple, go to Shiva temple, enjoy the many forms of God. These are all God in your own heart of heart. You must know that Parabrahman, as a Vedanti, Parabrahman has taken many forms. That's all. No conflict in this.
Maharaj, while there is a very interactive discussions, we have crossed the time by almost 15 minutes. You may be getting late. I wanted to ask you.
Two are there. Yeah. No, only we two are here to eat food, and the brahmachari is sitting in front of me.
Okay, fine. So
he won't take, and he is also very happy to sit here. I think so. Is it not? Do you want me to close it?
We are happy to be there. Okay, great. Any other questions, friends?
Yes, you ask the people whether.
Yeah.
If they.
Maharaj, this is Vishwadosh.
Please. From Bangalore.
From Bangalore. Yes, Maharaj. So I understand, like from the Vedantin point of view and all, but let's say if I'm a complete Dvaitavadi and I'm not coming from the Advaita point of view, I know that Sri Ramakrishna is my Ishtadev.
Okay.
And so even from that logic also, I can also apply the same thing that you said, right? That all Deva and Devis, they're all basically my Ishtadeva only.
Yes.
Correct. So Murugan, Vinayakam, and all, they're all basically my Ishtadeva. I'm not even coming from the Vedantic principle and Advaita Brahma and all. Even from the Advaita principle also, I can use the same logic as you said.
See this, yes, very good. Because one incident today we saw, Sri Ramakrishna was standing there. He was walking there, strolling there, and he showed himself as Shiva as well as Mother Kali. So if Ramakrishna can show himself as Shiva and Mother Kali, why can't he show to me as a Ganesha or as a Murugan, as any other form? Yes, from the Dvaita point of also, you can definitely think like that. No problem with that.
Fine, Maharaj. Thank you.
Another usual questioner is missing today.
আমি কিন্তু হাত তুলে রেখেছি আমার টানটা যেন থাকে
শুরু করো হ্যাঁ
না আপনি এর আগের একটা to one of the previous question you explained the process of Shaguna to Nirguna Upasana, but then in Sri Ramakrishna's life when he practiced after his Nirvikalpa Samadhi for 6 months, he said that he practiced that, and then Mother Kali said that you remain in Bhavamukhe. So was that a swift transition between Saguna and Nirguna stages, or to the world and something beyond the world that he got this blessing?
Yeah, that's a good question. You see, Saguna and Nirguna, we use these terms Nama Rupa for Saguna. Okay, Nama Rupa. What is this world other than Nama Rupa? This world itself is made of Nama Rupa only. So from Nama Rupa to he wanted to go beyond. In Bhavamukha, what happened? He stays in a stage where if he wants to come down, say take it for example, I'm telling, Namarupa is lower than this state, and beyond going Namarupa is upper state. If you take it like that, so he can go at his will. He can go to anywhere. He can just go into samadhi by hearing the singing of Krishna's song. He has gone into above Namarupa, and then he comes down to Namarupa. At that time, he sees Yam sitting, Naren sitting, others are singing, and Pandit is sitting. All those things he sees. When he sees them when he comes down to Namarupa condition. So when his mind is going up, that is beyond the Namarupa, there he doesn't see any of these things. So that intermediary stage between these two is conceived as Bhavamukha stage, which Mother Kali puts him only for the good of the humanity, because she wanted to teach the humanity because out of her infinite grace, and that's why she brought Ramakrishna. So it is said from the Bhakti point of view, Ramakrishna was brought by Mother Kali, and Mother Kali wanted him to teach. So he can go up and down. This is not only for him, for the previous very many saints also had this Bhavamukha. It was not exclusively the one that Ramakrishna had. There were several stages like that. Tulsidas also, they say. Tulsidas in South India, in Tamil Nadu, one Tyagaraja was there, Saint Tyagaraja. He used to go like that Bhavamukha. So these are all, yes, it is possible.
Anybody with any other questions?
Chandrani has raised.
Yes.
Unmute.
Pranam Maharaj.
Namaste.
Maharaj, regarding that Ekaham Bahusham Bihi, I have a question that it is said that the Srishti cannot know the Srashta. So how can we say that it is the Brahman who thought that I want to be many? What Brahman thought, how can we say that?
That's a very good question. What Brahman thinks, how can we say that? Yes, here only a beautiful answer Swami Sardanji gives in the Leela Prasanga. I would like to go through the chapter Sadhak and Sadhana. In Bengali, what is the title? Sadhak or Sadhana, I think. Introduction for first 7 paragraphs. You please go through it. There he says, though the Shashta, that is Srishti, what is has been done, created by God, so these cannot know the owner. Okay, it's understood. Okay, Brahman, at the Brahman's stage of level of understanding or thinking, we cannot go to that level. But he says, a few, very, very few, countable in your fingers, the rishis have reached that stage. And they come back to teach the humanity. And this was decided by the Brahman. Brahman thought when it became many, out of the many, see, everything is Brahman only. Okay, Brahman became many. Out of the many, 1 or 2 Brahman kept for this purpose of teaching the humanity. So those rishis will come down and then they teach us. That's why they say, Ramakrishna says, Adi Shankara and Chaitanya Dev, they all had a very, very slight ego. They kept it because they have to teach the humanity. Otherwise, they could have merged with above name and form, and they would not have come back at all. So this is the example given by Sri Ramakrishna. One fellow jumps on the wall. He sees something on the other side. He jumps inside. And another fellow goes there and exclaims, "Oh, what a nice thing I see." And then he also jumps. Third fellow goes there. He turns back and tells, "What a wonderful thing I'm seeing." He says that. And then he jumps. And the fourth man, after jumping, he comes back. So that type of people are very, very, very few. And those few are, somebody wrote a message here. What is that? A Soumya, like being the anointed one, she says. So somebody has been anointed by God. You do this work. So like that has been given. So from that only we understand, we come to know that yes, Brahman has thought like this. If they have not told us, we would not have understood at all.
So, Maharaj, regarding that theory of projection, so for projection, we need some reflective medium. So when this Brahman thought that I want to be many and the whole creation comes into existence, so where this projection means what was the reflecting medium? Is that the mind of that Brahman itself or it's our mind?
Our mind is part of the cosmic mind. The cosmic mind is called Mahat. This Mahat does not exist anywhere just like that. It exists within the Hiranyagarbha, as in the golden womb, it is called. In the golden womb it remains. And that golden womb is the body of the Brahman. So, see, we have to take this Sankhya theory and Vedanta theory put together and come to some type of compromising understanding. Otherwise, we are left just like that. So, what happened was, when Kapila propounded the Sankhya theory, he left at a particular place and he finished. Now, the Vedantis come with their experiences. They put the question. The Sankhya people cannot explain. Because beyond that, they have not practiced. They think that is the last. So the Prakriti is separate. It is separate from Purusha. They finish that. But Purusha and Prakriti are not different. This Prakriti is the power of the Purusha, which cannot be called Purusha because it has got no gender equation there. So it is Brahman. It is gender beyond. That concept Vedanta gives. But in Sankhya, if you read, there you stop it. So then the opposition question comes. So like that, what we have done in Swami Vivekananda's teachings, Swami Vivekananda has studied all these philosophies and he has brought together a beautiful way. He has united all these things and put for our understanding certain positions. So those things only we have to take it. If you go very deep into that each philosophy seems to be the ultimate truth. But it is not so. It is only a step-by-step truth, Swamiji says. But it all has to come and end in Purna or Advaita only, it will end, finally. Immediately I may not accept that, but it has to end there only.
So it is the cosmic mind itself.
Yes, cosmic mind, which is called Mahat, which is part of the Hiranyagarbha, which is the body of the Brahma.
Thank you, Maharaj.
Maharaj, there's a very common struggle we face. It's regarding when we loved God, as in Thakur, and we do service to Thakur by serving the humanity. Now we are living in a humanitarian social environment. We are not becoming a monk or anything, but we are practicing monkhood through household world. So in this stage, how am I supposed to keep myself in conscious that I am loving the God inside the person, not the person?
How you will keep it in your conscious mind?
Yeah.
Yes. So this best example is given by Sri Ramakrishna, that one lady comes and tells him that I have made all arrangement for puja for Sri Krishna and I'm sitting there and the prasad etc. I had kept. Then my Nati comes and then puts his hand on the prasad and he eats also. So it is very disturbing to me, she says to Sri Ramakrishna. Sri Ramakrishna says, why he should disturb you? The deity whom you are worshipping inside your heart is what in the form of your Nati has come. Give him, take him in your lap and feed him, he says. When Naren tells to his Guru, hey Gurudev, I cannot meditate properly. Why? Because in our area, that Simutala, there is a mill, and the mill has got siren, and the siren comes, huge siren, for several minutes it runs. So my meditation disturbed. And Sri Ramakrishna says, no, no, no. Put your mind on the sound of the siren, and the mind will get automatically merged with the sound. So whatever it is, it comes to you. You think everything. Try to think that God is present in this person, that person, etc. When you even give 5 rupees to a bhikari, think that God has come in the form of bhikari. So give him like that. So never say no to anybody like that. If anybody comes, you serve. The serving should be that's why this jiva should not be served as jiva. Jiva should be served as Shiva. That's why Shiva Jnane, Jiva Shiva.
So how do we stop ourselves from being worldly? Is the struggle I'm talking about?
Yes. See, that worldliness comes because of our attachment. Okay. That attachment, how will you get rid? By 2 processes. One is Viveka and Vairagya. These things should be again and again and again practiced. Then only the attachment will go. So suddenly, if I come and tell you, leave your attachment to your household, it will not go. You may listen to me, but it will not go. That's why I'm telling you, even if a person goes to forest, his mind is carrying with him. So if he's a king, he will create a samrajya in the forest. So that is what happens. So because our attachment is there. So slowly, you remove the attachment. That's why considering everything as godly oriented, that attachment and viveka and vairagya will be intensified. If you consider as yourself, aham karta, aham bhokta, Krishna says in Gita, aham karta, aham bhokta, these 2 ideas should be slowly, shanaihi uparamed, buddhya grihite, I says, buddhya. So by slowly, you practice this, you'll get it.
Any other questions from anybody?
Maharaj, only one question is, you said Vivek and Vairagya. So it is Vairagya through Vivek. That should be the perfect word, or Vivek and Vairagya simultaneously together. Because through Vivek only, by making the vichar between the Nitya and Anitya, then only we can get the Vairagya. So it is and or through. This is my question.
Generally, see, the word itself, the phrase itself is put as Viveka and Vairagya. So Viveka comes first. What you said is correct. Viveka comes first. And through Viveka only you get the dispassion. Dispassion, how will you get? Your mind has to tell, this is nothing, this is impermanent, this will not last for long. Like that, your Viveka has to tell you. Then only you gain dispassion. So the dispassion, Vairagya, is preceded by Viveka. But Viveka continues to roll on during the stages of Vairagya also.
Very good questions and answers. Good discussions. Anybody has got any more questions? Shaumya is shaking her head.
On behalf of everyone, she has shaken her head.
Thank you very much, Maharaj. We'll close then. I just need to make an update on the next session. So to all friends, due to some special and unavoidable circumstance, our next session will be preponed by 1 day. So the next session was planned for the 4th Sunday. So we will instead do it on the 4th Saturday of this month, so which is 27th of January, 4 p.m. India time. So Swami Vimokshananda ji will be starting on Shivananda Bani, right, Maharaj? That day.
Yes.
And we also will like to announce that on 4th February, 3:30 p.m. India time, Swami Shantatmananda will start his sessions on Kathamrita. So that will also start. We will have it once on the first Sunday of every month, and there onwards we continue. Second and fourth Sundays are with Swami Vimokshananda ji. We'll give more details of time later. But Maharaj, that's the time, right? Are you okay with the time?
What is the time you said on 26th?
27th, Maharaj. 27th, it is.
What is the time?
4 p.m. India time.
4 p.m. India time. Okay.
Maharaj, the last Saturday, you know, correct. That's what I was trying to say.
27th we have Naradiya Bhakti Sutra Maharaj.
It's 7 p.m. 7 p.m.
So this
is 4 p.m.
Okay.
So this was supposed to be on Sunday, but some special circumstance it's come only for this month on Saturday, and it's so yes, there will be 2 sessions in the same day, but next month onwards it will be again 2 separate days.
Thank you, Maharaj, for all your patience, because we have been asking you so many sessions and questions, and at your senior age, you have been patiently dealing with all the questions. We are very grateful to you.
Thank you very much. It is our Guru Maharaj's grace. If Guru Maharaj is to speak, it will continue. Okay. Thank you.
Pranam Maharaj.
Pranam Maharaj.
Pranam Maharaj.
Pranam Maharaj.